Hi, my name is Amy and welcome to Living with Alleles. A little about me is I am a Christian. I grew up in a Christian home. That's all I know. I went to a Christian school, went to a Christian college. Some things that I love to do is I love to crochet, I love to read, I love to run. I just enjoy working out in general. I like to go hiking. I am getting into gardening. I enjoy decorating my home. I have been married to my husband for 9.5 years. We are going on 10 years. It's crazy. And that is another story in itself, so I'll be sharing that at some point. We do not have kids, but we do have a cat, and sometimes it feels like we have a toddler. Because he does get into stuff, and he follows me around. He cries, and he acts like he wants me, and then I hold him, and then he cries to be put down. He's a lot of fun. He's feisty, but he's our cat. Why did you create this channel? I wanted a place to talk about books that I've read that I've been interested in. I also wanted a place to recommend clean books for other ladies who are on a journey to finding clean books. I also want to have fun, and I want to find my tribe. Just want to have fun, and find a group of ladies who are also interested in the same thing. Why do you love reading? I love reading because it helps me to unwind. It allows me to de-stress. It allows me to forget about a stressful day at work that I may have had, or just if I'm stressed out in general. It allows me to forget about that for that moment. I do learn something new every time I'm reading a book, so that's another thing that I enjoy about reading. I learn new things, and so if it's something new that I haven't heard before, I'll research that and I'll go into a deep dive on it. So I do research, and I enjoy that part of it. What kinds of books do you like to read? So I kind of touched on that a little bit. So I love historical fiction. That is my jam. And that started with the American Girl series, with Felicity, Kirsten, and Samantha. Loved those books. Those were my favorites. And then I moved on to Elsie Dinsmore when I was young, and Anne of Green Gables. Those live rent-free in my brain. I also love memoirs. I love hearing how people lived their lives, how different people lived their lives, and how they overcame certain obstacles that they had in life, and how they've overcome it, and how they're on the other side. And I always find that I can relate in some way. I also love dystopian. I love suspense. I like a wide range. I'm pretty well-rounded. Some top books that I currently love right now are the Timeless series. Those are real big right now. I love them. I've read them all so far. I love the Chronicles of Narnia, Anne of Green Gables, The Hunger Games, and The Last Thing He Told Me. That one is not Christian, but there's no smut. I don't recall any swearing. If there is, there's very minimal swearing. It was really, really good. Really good. It kept me on the edge of my seat. What are some fun and unique things you have to bring to YouTube? I plan to not only share about books, but also about different hobbies that I'm into that I already mentioned, about crocheting, about trying different things too. And I am exploring gardening, so sharing about my journey with gardening and getting involved with that. I enjoy day in the life videos from other YouTubers, so I'll do some of those, incorporating reading and other hobbies that I am currently working on as well. Personally, I am a slower reader, so I want to kind of cater to those who are also slow readers, but also those who don't have a lot of time to read. this year I decided not to do any audiobooks. I'm just doing physical reads, and I just wanted to see how many physical books I can read on my own in a year. I'm not against audiobooks. That's just, I just wanted to read the physical book, so that's what I decided to do. When did you start reading? I really started getting into it when I was in 3rd grade, and it just snowballed from there. I got really curious about the Civil War era with the Elsie Dinsmore books, and I fell in love with Anne of Green Gables. She's always living rent-free in my brain. I loved it, and my favorite, I love Anne of Green Gables, the series. I love it all the way up to The House of Dreams. I love The House of Dreams. It's so sweet. So I was an avid reader when I was younger. As I got older and homework started to take up more of my time, reading for fun went more on the back burner. I did read here and there when I was in high school, but when I got to college, reading was just, it never happened. And I was in college for 5 years, so I was done with reading. The main reason was because I was reading so much dry material that I just couldn't bring myself to open a book, whether it was fun or not. I just couldn't do it. I probably could have done an audiobook, but I just couldn't get myself to do it. So I got myself to do other things. It wasn't until 5 years ago that I finally got back into reading, and that has been a journey in itself. I started back with Pride and Prejudice. That's another book that I absolutely love. I love Jane Austen. And realized I don't want to just primarily read classics, but for a little while I thought that's all that I could read. I didn't, to be honest, I didn't want to read Christian books because they have a reputation for being a little corny. And yes, there is some corniness to it, but then I seriously went on a journey, and I have read some popular books. Like I read For Sly Winds, and just discovering what my genre is, what my niche is. I've read The Book Thief. That one, oh my gosh, that one was good. So I've read different books, read different genres, just discovered what my jam is. And I have veered more and more towards Christian Booktube, and that's where I discovered that. So I started with looking on YouTube for like Pride and Prejudice, anything that's similar to Jane Austen, and anything that, like, books that are set similar to Jane Austen books. That's where I started and went from there. Then I discovered Chantel Reads All Day, and she had a lot of really good recommendations, and I really enjoyed her book recs. And then about once a year she showcases other YouTubers who, like, other Christian YouTubers who also showcases different kinds of books. So that just took me down a rabbit trail, and from there I started following Oshina. She's now Oshina Reads Co. And Amanda from Book Lover Amanda, Kay from Kay's Library, Lauren Jean, Jeanette from Jane Reads, The Lucy Chronicles, Alma's Book Journey, Books and Jams, Chrissy from Chrissy's Purple Library. I have for a while been following Darling Desi. She's not a Christian, however, her videos are absolutely darling, but she and I do not have the same interest in books. But every once in a while she'll have a recommendation. I actually first heard about Edenbrook from her. So every once in a while she'll have a nugget. So that's why I keep following her. Plus her videos are so cute. So I recommend her. Another place where I find books, another YouTuber I follow is History and Hearsay, and she will explore a lot of unknown stories. And I mentioned I enjoyed reading the Civil War era, and right now my favorite time period for historical fiction is turn of the century, primarily Titanic, and World War II. Like there's so many possibilities with those that you can read. I've read quite a few Titanic books that are based on Titanic, books that are inspired by Titanic, and just the little stories that came from that. I'll be sharing that at some point as well. So that's about me. That's about my channel. Like I said, I am a Christian, so possibly at some point I'll be sharing some devotionals as well. I would like to get into that, but that might be at a later time. We're just getting started in this, so we'll just see where things go. But thank you for watching. I hope to see you again next time. I'll see you next time. Bye.